My name is Mike Roney, and I'm one of the owners here at Tuttle Orchards. As far as our company and its beginning, started with my grandfather back in 1928, and he set out the first original apple trees at that point in time. Before that, it was kind of a regular farm raising livestock and agronomic crops like soybeans and corn. But he had the vision, or decided that he'd rather grow fruit crops and vegetable crops and that kind of thing, so going into specialty items. And we kind of categorize that area as horticulture. By putting out a large orchard of about 20 acres, that meant that he had to wholesale a lot of his product, because a lot of the people in the country out here anyway already had fruit and that kind of thing. So it was kind of a very risky thing to do at that point in time, but he really wanted to get into that.
I'm Ruth Ann Roney, and I work here at Tuttle Orchards as a farm store manager. And that means I'm in charge not really of growing the things, but of selling everything that we grow here, whether that's in the tourism aspect of having lots of groups come here to the farm, or in our farm store helping to manage that. And so sometimes people ask, well, what is your farm store? And I say, well, it's kind of a small grocery store, except that we don't have the basics like bread and milk, but we have the other stuff. We feel like it's important to be a presence in the community year-round, and to provide them with, when we're able, some local produce and some local products, and maybe some more natural and things that they couldn't find, in a typical grocery store. In the summertime, obviously we grow a lot of produce here at the orchard, like sweet corn and tomatoes and peppers and pickles and all of those summer sorts of things. In the winter season, we have really good quality frozen produce and frozen pies, and we also just provide things that our customers ask for. They really look for local, fun, out of the ordinary things, or things like persimmon pulp, which is an Indiana thing that's hard to find, jams and jellies, and just a lot of things that maybe is either seasonal or is an out of the ordinary food product. So we have those, as well as trying to, again, network with other farmers that we know locally, so that you can have better and riper produce, better quality possibly than you can get in the store. We have the advantage here of being able to get it directly from a farm, and it doesn't have to sit on our shelf for a long time, or just we don't have the restrictions that a grocery store would have, and so we're able to get produce that's probably riper than what you're going to be able to get, and therefore have better flavor.
My name's Kathy Pisano. I work here at Tuttle's. I've been here for 6 years. I do a little bit of everything. I work here in the market, help with bagging apples in the fall, selling produce during the summer, and whatever else they need me to do here. Most people that come in here are good people. I like the kids that come in. They're a lot of fun during tour season when we're doing tours. So I would have to say the people, and then the people I work for, they're really good people. They're people that come here, that have been coming here all their lives. I came here as a kid. Now I work here.
My contribution, I guess if you call it that, to the business would be kind of expanding, diversifying into other areas besides just apple growing and fruit growing in general. When I went to Purdue, I did so for the desire to come back into horticulture and really come back to the family farm here and kind of help out mainly in vegetable crops and in the business end of the thing. My grandfather started out, people would come out to buy bushels and half bushels of apples. And now we're to half pecks and peck size is what we sell. So instead of people buying to process at home, now they buy to enjoy either while they're here or just take to lunch with them during the week. That has changed our business in a number of ways. We have to have a lot more customers in order to keep up the same income that we did, say, back then when we were selling larger quantities.
My name's Norman Rose. I wait on the customers, bag apples, whatever needs to be done here in the store. Been here 13 years. Came up here in '98 looking for work after I retired. Been here ever since. And I really enjoy it.
We grow about 23 different kinds of apples here at the orchard, so it's quite a few. And those apples are ready anywhere from the 4th of July all the way to the end of October, the first part of November. So fall is when they're picked primarily. And we have a picking crew that goes and picks apples. They pick maybe 16 bins of apples a day, and there's about 2,000 apples in a bin. So quite a few apples that come in the very peak of the season. And then there's other times of the year where we're picking less. So the apples come in, they go into a large cold storage area where they're cooled down to about 33 degrees, just above the freezing temperature. They like to be really cold, and we also keep them really wet in there so they don't dry out, because we don't like shriveled up apples, obviously. And then as we need them, we put them onto our apple sorting machine, which we call a grater here. And the grater sorts the apples by size and it separates the good apples from the apples that you wouldn't necessarily want to buy. After the apples are sorted, we sort the larger, nicer apples. Obviously, those are the ones that we want to take to our store and sell. We are almost entirely retail here. You wouldn't find our apples in the grocery store in Walmart or anything like that. So we would take the nice apples that we feel are the best quality, and we would sell those in the store. The apples that might be smaller or slightly blemished, those would be the apples that we'd use to make cider. We make lots and lots and lots of cider here at the orchard. It's one of our most popular things. People get really excited about cider season. So we're always needing apples for cider. And so the apples that we put into cider are smashed up. They're cleaned and then they're smashed up and by the machine, and then the machine squeezes all the juice out. The cider that we make here is entirely apple juice. We don't add anything to the cider. We use really good quality apples here. We don't put any apples in it that might not taste good. We feel like it's important to have good quality cider, and to do that you have to use good apples. In the height of the season, we make 3 different times a week. So we're making 800 gallons on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and they're jugging it on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Other times of the year we might make a little less. We make cider from the middle of September, generally, when we have enough ripe apples to use, until April or March or April, when the apple supply becomes less. And then we take that cider and we freeze it so that we can sell cider over the summer. We have one of those marketing slogans around here that we're growing quality and harvesting memories, and we're blessed to have both my dad and my uncle are really quality growers, and I feel like really have a gift of growing things well, and we really do have a reputation for having that. But I think also the part about memories is true too. A lot of people have really good family memories at Tuttle's. One of our roles is being a place to build family memories, and a place where we value family here, being a family business, being able to provide a good, fun, safe place for people to come with their family that's relatively inexpensive. We really work to keep it a place that's practical for families to come, and that's really what the community sees us as being.